Jesus is unreal. Jesus is unreal.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Jordyn. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final.
These are representatives of Sanhedrin, leader and official of the people of Israel. These elders are in fact religious judges but cannot impose civil judgments. They are bringing the charge of blasphemy against Jesus. Pontius Pilate, governor of Judah, he has the legal authority to put Jesus to death but cannot find any reason to do so. He says he cannot commit Jesus to death for religious matters.
Order in the court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Jordyn presiding. Case of Sanhedrin versus Jesus. Everyone has been sworn in. You may be seated.
I have read your complaint against this man. Your charge against him is blasphemy. Please state your case.
Your Honor, this Jesus has been performing so-called miracles in the name of our God and claims to be the Son of God. When we asked him if this is true, he said, yes, it is. But from now on, the Son of Man must sit on the right hand of our God. We all heard these blasphemous words fall from his lips.
I object. My client was held for interrogation without counsel. Anything he said should not be used against him. He was mocked and beaten when he would not deny he is the Son of God. They tricked him, Your Honor.
Mr. Pilate, I will tell you when it's your turn to present your case, but for now you sit right there and zip up that lip. Does the Sanhedrin see Jesus as a threat? What has this man done to you to make you want to put him to death?
He's been performing healings all over the country in the name of God. So-called miracles, and even on the Sabbath. We have affidavits from some of them. The woman at the well, the blind man, and Lazarus.
He's also the priest and forgiveness of sins. Only God can do that.
And we have a star witness, Your Honor, Judas of Issachar.
Your Honor, I must object. I was not aware of any star witness.
Mr. Pilate, I don't want to have to tell you again to zip up that lip. This is my courtroom, and I want to talk to this witness. Mr. Iscariot, come forward. Bailiff, please swear in this witness.
Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, the whole truth, so God help you? You may be seated.
You have created a lot of commotion in this courtroom. What do you have to do with all of this?
The devil made me do it, Judge. I went to them with a great deal of information leading up to the arrest. I'm ashamed to say that I turned Jesus over to the guards. We had a signal. I told them the one I kiss is the man. Arrest him.
Mr. Pilate, you may now speak. I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask this witness.
Mr. Iscariot, you delivered Jesus into the hands of the guards, but why? What was your motivation? You were one of his disciples, weren't you? Why would you betray your teacher this way?
They promised me 30 pieces of silver.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that a little louder? I don't think everyone could hear you.
They gave me 30 pieces of silver.
Your Honor, my client was clearly deceived by one of his own disciples for mere coins. I'm asking you to declare a mistrial and send this man home to his family.
Nice try, counselor. You may be seated. I won't declare mistrial, but you do have a point. Why doesn't the Sanhedrin just handle all of this? According to the evidence, this seems like a case for your religious tribunal, not Roman courts.
Your Honor, we can't allow this blasphemy to continue and spread. We want Pontius Pilate to condemn this man to death.
Judge, I turned them away as he has not broken any Roman laws. Even my wife told me not to have anything to do with this conviction. She's had bad luck because of all this.
I agree. Jesus, your charge is dismissed. Jesus, you are free to go.
Excuse me, Your Honor, can we just have a moment?
Really? I just made my final ruling.
Your Honor, we would like to change the charge to treason. The governor has the power to put a man to death for treason, and as is custom at the Passover feast, we want to release a prisoner of the people's choosing. We want you to release Barabbas.
Barabbas, he is a murderer.
It sounds like you don't have much of a choice, Mr. Pilate.
But your honor, again I ask, what crime has this man committed? I have found no grounds for the death penalty. They are setting up my client, Judge. Can't you just slap him on the wrist and release him?
Mr. Pilate, I don't think you understand. This charge is now treason. This means he is now a threat to overthrow Roman courts, and he is a threat to you. You have to make the final decision.
Crucify him. Crucify him.
I have to give the people what they want.
Judgment for the plaintiff. Bailiff, take Jesus away.
Destroy this temple, and I will rebuild it in 3 days.
Jesus is led away to be crucified. 3 days later, this mother, Mary, and Mary Magdalene are heading to his tomb to anoint his body with oils. When they arrive at the tomb, the stone has been rolled away. As they enter the tomb, they see a young man dressed in a white robe.
Do not be afraid. Jesus is risen. Go quickly and tell the disciples. Jesus has risen from the dead and is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him.
Mary and mother of Jesus and Mary Magdalene go into the upper room to meet the disciples to spread the good news.